Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing GUI. Why I decided to go GUI, I have no idea. But we're just gonna do GUI first, and basically the HUD, the HUD. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I made a new world, and I just have a regular world, and then the node dummy is just an empty box which just holds this code, which is called the hood maker. And if we go inside here, the hood maker just has a public asset link image, GUI, a widget canvas, and a widget sprite. So what we're gonna do is three things. So first we're gonna have the GUI class, which is the graphics users. Now you have two types. You have the custom one, which you can use for, like, let's say inside the game. So you can literally have, like, just click somewhere, right click, create GUI, right? You can just put it somewhere here, right? And let me just zero it out so we can see it. And it's right here. I'm just gonna move it up a little bit. So you can have a GUI where it just shows like a video or a picture. So this could be perfect for, let's say, like putting on front of a TV inside your game, and it could just play something. And the other GUI is the main one, which we see in our viewport, making it one of our more important graphics. Now we're going to be using that one because we want a HUD, and I'm going to be adding the crosshair. So I just took a random picture of a crosshair, 512 by 512. It's pretty big considering that our screen size is only what, 9020 to 1080, right? So we'll see how this gets along. So first things first, let's actually get some text, and we're gonna also get a polygon. Polygon just means like a shape, right? We can have like 4-point, which is a box or rectangle, 5 penta, hexagon, and all that stuff. For now we'll just do something simple. We'll just do the a box. So first things first, we're gonna go GUI equals to GUI, so the main GUI dot get, and this is gonna get the engine's GUI, the one that we're looking at through. Alright, so now that we have this, we can actually start doing everything. So canvas equals to new. This is our new canvas. If you don't know what canvas is, it's basically the whole area, or like a drawing box, right? So inside it you have the ability to do polygons and text, so shapes and text. So first things first, we're gonna do text. So we just write canvas dot add text, right? And then it's asked for order number matters. So if you had like multiple objects inside this canvas, so let's say you had like 4 texts and like 5 shapes, the order matters. The smaller order is going to be on the bottom, the higher order is going to be on top. I want the text to be on top, so I'm just going to choose 1. And it also returns, if you hover over it, it returns an int. So we're going to have an int x equal this, and we're going to be referencing this x. When are we going to reference it? We're going to reference it right now. So every time you just write text, we got the get and we got the set. So now we can choose certain options. We could choose the text color, we could choose text position, size, and the text. So we're going to do we're going to first set the text. That'll be easier. So it's going to choose the number, which is what we just defined with the x, and then the text itself. So I'm just going to say sample text, and that defines the text. Then canvas dot set text, let's just do color, right? So it's going to ask for the color, the number, and then the color we're going to do vector 4 dot. We can do vector 4 dot whatever these basic colors are, or we could just do a new vector 4 and choose a specific color. So I could do something like 1111, which is pure white, 0.5, which will give it that grayish color. Alright, then we can go canvas dot set text size, choose the specific size, x, and probably like 30. Let's just say it's 30 size. And then the last thing we can do is set text position. So position, and now it's going to ask for the text and the position. So here we're just going to do a vector 2, and we can choose a specific number, or we can choose to get like the height and the width of the screen and procedurally put it there, so every time you like change the resolutions it will follow that too. So we could do that. So int width equals to app.get width, so this gets the screen width, and height equals to app.get height. So now we have those two connected. So for here we can just do width and height. Now if we want to put it in the middle, we could do something like this, and then we also want to do something else later on. We'll do that later on, but for now let's just do that. So now we have a text that we're gonna add it in there inside the canvas. Now let's say inside this canvas I also wanted to add a polygon, so we can choose X, or we can just make a new one, just so we're a little, you know, add polygon a little consistent. And for this one we're gonna make order 0. So let's say if they overlapped, if I wanted to put it in the middle, I want this to be under the text. Okay, so for this we also have the same thing, canvas polygon color, right? And it's gonna be a set, not get. Set color, and then new vector 4, and then it's gonna ask for oh yeah, it's gonna ask for the int number, which is y, and then the color. So for this I'm just going to choose 0, 0, 0, and 0.5, and you will see the difference between both of these colors, even though they're half, but you will see the difference. Okay, then canvas dot, now what we're going to do is actually draw this box. To draw a box you need to add polygon point, right? Now inside here we're going to choose first the number, which is y, and then vector 3. So new vector 3, and then choose the specific point you want. For our case, let's say we wanted it in the top left corner, and we'll start from 0, we go wide 400, go long 100, and come back. So we're going to do a circle, and we're always going to do a circle, whether you want to do it like reverse or I mean counterclockwise or clockwise, you have to do a circle. So you can't just choose the points, you have to put them in an order, because then if you don't, it's gonna put some kind of artifacts and it's not gonna look good. So our case, we're gonna do 0, 0, 100, 0, or like 0, 0, 400, 0, 400, 100, and 0, 100. So we'll do 0, 0, 0. The Z does not matter. The X and Y are the more important. And then I'm just gonna control up, control C, control enter, control V like 4 times. So I said 0, 0, then we're gonna go long for 400, then we're gonna go long 400 and just add another 100, and then we're gonna go back to 100. So 0, 0, then 400, 0, then 400, 100, then 0, 100. So that makes us a rectangle, and that adds this polygon or this box into our canvas. Okay, now how do we add this? So we just go into GUI dot add child, and it's going to ask for what type of widgets. So far we have canvas, and then for flag we use GUI dot, and then we have a few functions. Now if you're trying to get the whole screen, you're best off getting expand or left, and just to be super safe, keep expand. So now it's going to actually be from the corner, and this is going to be in the middle. Okay, so that's done and there. Let's also add the sprite, which is the picture. Alright, so I already connected it into our asset link, which is where the picture is. So before we add this, let's add it here. Now images is a little bit different, because what you need is an image pointer. Alright, now an image pointer just sounds weird, but it's basically like you need like for canvas you need a widget canvas new. So for image you actually need something called an image. So let me just set it up first. So first let's set up the sprite. We're just going to call it sprite equals to new. So that creates it. Then sprite dot we're gonna do set, no, we're gonna actually do this first. We're gonna do the whole add it up first. So int z equals to sprite dot add a layer. So the reason why it says layer is because you can have multiple pictures inside the sprite. Just like a canvas, how you have different texts and shapes, in sprites you have different pictures. You can add it and put it in different areas. Alright, so we're gonna have this, we're gonna add layer. Then the next thing we're gonna do is sprite dot set image. So this will ask for an image, and now as you can see it needs an image. So we don't have that, so we're gonna have to create it ourselves. So we're gonna do image underscore I equals to new. Alright, so that creates it, and then underscore I dot, I believe load, yes, load, and then it's gonna ask for, let's see, it's gonna ask for the string file, which is what we have. So we just take the underscore image, the asset link, and then we say dot absolute path, and that gives us the absolute string path to that image. And now we could just reference the underscore I, and now that image is going to be inside our sprite. Then the next thing we're going to do is sprite.setPosition. Alright, and this is going to set the position of the whole sprite. So if we wanted to center it, we would do the exact same thing, width and height. So we can just copy this, right? And then of course it's giving an error because it's asking which image. So no, never mind, I take that back. It's just asking for the number. So we just do width at 2 and height divided by 2. So now it's in the center. Then after that we're gonna choose the sprite dot width and sprite dot height. So this is the size of the image itself. So the image was 512. We can scale it down to a specific size. I'll just do 50 equals to 50, right? So now it's 50 by 50 pixels. We got the width and height, and then we got this. So next we're just gonna add that here, GUI.addChild, and we're gonna add sprite, and then comma GUI dot. Now for images, there's a few ways to do this, but the way that if you want to, like, let's say, have it correctly added exactly where you want it, then you need expand or GUI.overlap. Now I don't know what the math behind this is, but if you were to do just one of them, what it would do is it would just, if you were to just put, like, let's say align expand, it's not going to respect the width and height for some reason. And if you were to do it both together, it will, which I don't know what's wrong, or like I don't know the math behind it, so I'm not gonna question it, but that's it. Now since it's done, what we're gonna do is the last thing we're gonna do is GUI dot get, oops, sorry. So the last thing we're gonna do is actually just copy this line that we first wrote and just paste it. So the reason why we're doing that is because the GUI refreshes every second, so we have to always get it every second or every frame, right? So that sets that up, and we got, let's say, a text, we got a polygon, and we got a picture. So let's just go in. And just to make sure, I will also write a visualizer so you can see the difference between actual center and what center means over here. So we'll do a visualizer dot render point 3D, and then game dot player dot world position plus in brackets game dot player dot get world direction times 5, and then it's gonna ask for the size 0.1 f and vector 4 dot black. Maybe red would be a nicer color. Okay, so this is just so we can see so now that we're loaded, we can okay, so we can see that our, what I said was, let's just put it all full screen. Okay, so we have our polygon, which chose 0, 0, 400, 0, 400, 100, and 0, 100. If you were to put the order in reverse, it will work, but if you were to mumble the order, so let's say 0, 0, 400, 0, and then 0, 100, and then 400, 100, it's gonna make a triangle, and it's gonna give like a weird second triangle, and then you'll have like this one triangle corner which will basically have double the color and stuff like that. So the order matters in this box. So we got the box exactly where we wanted it because we had to expand. It's taking the whole screen. Next, the text. It chose width times 2 and height times 2. So it started on there, but we didn't take account to the text size. And it's the same thing with the reticule. We have it, but we didn't take respect to its size. So how do we fix this? Over here we can add, for the text, we can add this minus, alright, and I believe it was minus, and another one in brackets, canvas.getText width, and then it's going to ask for which color, which number. We're going to use x divided by 2, because we're not trying to minus it by the whole, we're just trying to minus it by some of it, and then minus in brackets, do the same thing, canvas.getText height divided by 2. Okay, so that fixes that. Then what about the sprite? Because we made it plus 50 for the width and height, we're also going to have to minus it by that. So, well, minus it by half of that. So what we're going to do is, you can modularize this, so you could have just said minus half of the width, half of the height, but I could just write it like this, and this should still work. So now you can see it's perfectly in the middle of everything that we have. We got the sample text that's stuck in the middle, then we got the reticule, which is perfectly in the middle, and the box stayed where it was. So I didn't change anything on the box. So for paddings for boxes, you could just add like a padding thing, padded vector 2 padding, and then x and y would be the width. So like you can say x plus the padding plus padding plus padding plus padding, and then add it on the y part too, and then you can have like a modularized thing. So yeah, that's it for GUI. You can go crazy with it, but that's the basics. And yeah, I think I talked enough. I will see you guys later. What we're gonna do next would probably be like, you know, health bar with the box, and probably sample text come up and out every time or something. I don't know. Well, we'll see what we can do. Okay? Well, see you guys next time. Goodbye.